If you didn't see this morning, Bungie dropped some more videos about the Prismatic Subclass that's going to be coming in the final shape. But with the TWID that came out today, we got some juicy information about how the exotic class items are going to work. So they actually told us how we're going to be able to earn this exotic class item, since it is going to be randomly rolled. There has to be a way to farm it right. So essentially, after the world's first raid clear and at the start of week 2, there's going to be a new activity that we can go into and essentially farm for the perfect exotic class item that we want. They didn't say what the activity is, what it's going to be about, whether it's, 3-person matchmade or 6-person matchmade, but they did say it's going to be farmable and you will get a roll each time you complete it. So it looks like there's going to be a really easy way to farm these out. Moving on to what exotic perks are going to come on the class item, they actually gave us a spreadsheet of what perks are going to be coming on each exotic class item for every class. Now, from what they said, they didn't just randomly put in these exotic perks. They wanted them to feel complementary to each other if you got a decent combo. And the way the perks are going to work, it's a little more broad. So for example, the Spirit of Caliban, which is the Caliban's Hand exotic gauntlets for the hunter, you have to use the proximity knife to get the ignition. But with the exotic perk, it actually works off of any powered melee now. So the perks are going to be a little more generalized. And to make sure this exotic doesn't feel too overpowered, they're actually going to be buffing some old exotics. For example, the Armentarian and the 6 Cody, which are exotic chest pieces for both the Titan and the Hunter, are going to have the ability to create orbs, as an example. Now note, these exotic class items will only work when you have the Prismatic Subclass equipped. You cannot use the double perks here if you decide to use one of the individual subclasses. You have to have the Prismatic Subclass on. For the exotic Hunter Cloak, which is going to be called the Essentialism, in the first column, we're getting the Assassin's Cowl perk, Heart of Inmost Light, Ophidian Aspect, the Dragon Shadow, Shards of Galanor, the Foe Tracer, Caliban's Hand, and the Renewal Grasps. In the second column, we're getting the Star Eater Scales perk, the Syntheseps perk, Verity's Brow, the Seer Tarakne, I'm sorry if I messed that name up completely. We're also getting the Gear Falcon's Halberd, Liar's Handshake, Wormhusk Crown, and the 6 Coyote. For the Titan exotic mark, the Stoicism, in the first column, we're getting the Assassin's Cowl perk, Heart of Inmost Light, Ophidian Aspect, Severance Enclosure, Hoarfrost Sea, Eternal Warrior, Abandoned Leap, and what they're calling Spirit of the Bear. It's either going to be a new exotic perk or it's going to be based off of the new Void Melee for the Titan, but move faster while guarding with the Unbreakable Shield. Damage block with Unbreakable is converted to Super Energy. So that's going to be kind of cool with the new Void subclass setup. For the second column, we're getting the Star Eater Scales perk, Syntheseps, Verity's Brow, Point Contact Cannon Brace, Precious Scars, Kepri's Horn, Crest of Alpalupi, and the Armentarian. For the Warlock exotic band, the Solipsism, in the first column, we're getting the Assassin's Cowl perk, Heart of Inmost Light, the Ophidian Aspect, Stag, Second Filaments, Necrotic Ribs, the Osmiomancy Gloves, and Apotheosis Veil. In the second column, we're getting the Star Eater Scales perk, the Syntheseps, Verity's Brow, Vesper of Radius, Mantle of Battle Harmony, Starfire Protocol, the Swarmers, and Claws of Ahamkara. And lastly, like I already mentioned, Bungie says it again that yes, the spirit combinations here for the exotic class item, they are going to be pretty powerful, but some old exotics are going to be buffed in the final shape to make them, at least decent to use if you're not going to be using the Prismatic subclass. But to be honest, day one, right when we get Prismatic, I'm putting that John on. A lot of you guys know a lot of my content is around builds. I like making a variety of builds. Like, yes, there's going to be a lot of them. They're going to be really good for boss DPS, add clear survivability, but I just want to make every single build that I can with these combinations because there's just going to be so many options to choose from. And again, with this information and the previous information going over everything that's going to be available for the Prismatic subclass under all the classes, there's going to be some really great combinations that come out of this. And if you have any suggestions, definitely let me know in the comments. I'm going to be theory crafting a lot behind the scenes with this. So like I said, right when Prismatic comes out, I can put it on and start testing stuff out. But again, I won't know for sure until we start playing the game. I'm just really excited for what the final shape has to offer. In any event, if what you saw is valuable or entertaining to you, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell next to notifications so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming Onslaught builds I'm going to be dropping on the channel. If you didn't know, we live stream here on YouTube, but also on Twitch and TikTok as well. So if you want help with Legend Onslaught, with the Whisper mission, with 0 Hour, anything that has to deal with this Into the Light event, we're definitely going to be carrying people throughout the entirety of the event. So if you do want some help, hop in the chat, we'll get you in the queue. But if you want to be proactive, join my Discord. That's where people are going to be chatting about Destiny 2 looking for groups. I made an Onslaught LFG role, so if you're looking to do Onslaught and get some other people in to help you, again, that's going to be a really good way to do that. Lastly, if you want to help support the channel even more so I can continue making content for you guys, you can look into becoming a member. If you don't know what a membership is essentially like a Twitch subscription, but it's cheaper than a Twitch subscription, hilariously enough. In any event, you're going to get access to exclusive emotes, monthly badges, and other cool things here on the channel, like early access to every single one of my videos. So if you want more information, all you have to do is press the join button next subscribe, and that'll give you a rundown with all the details you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.